This ain't no disco.
Ain't no country club neither.
This is RVA.
Welcome back, everybody,
To another
rousing episode.
drunken,
Rousing or arousing?
Could be both. I don't know.
probably both. Episode 13, season 3 of Oh La La in RVA with Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy in the house.
I'm here in the flesh, baby.
What are we doing today, Liz?
We have an amazing guest, Deon from Grayhaven Winery. We'll speak more with him in just a moment. We, of course, have Drop It On Us, Big Daddy. What you talking about?
On this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Allianz Amphitheater, our first impressions, and some pro tips when you go to the amphitheater.
Cool. And then, as always, the business of the week and the show of the week and some events coming up.
Yep.
So
Let's get
stay
into
tuned.
it. Would you like to introduce our esteemed guest?
Yes. Today's guest has a life story worthy of a movie. Part action, part romance, part wine-fueled comedy. Born in Johannesburg and raised in Cape Town, Deon Abrams spent his early years sailing, racing motorcycles, and even sneaking back into his army base disguised as a visitor after going AWOL for a jol. And that's a South African term, if you are unfamiliar. After traveling the world, he landed in Virginia with his wife, Max, to take over Grayhaven Winery. Since then, he's become known for his quick wit, MacGyver skills. MacGyver, sorry.
Oh my God,
Our
you young
MacGyver.
baby girl here. And for bringing South Africa's signature grape, Pinotage. Did I say it right? Pinotage? Sorry, Pinotage. To the U.S. He's also the mastermind behind the beloved South African Food and Wine Festival, now a Virginia tradition. So Deon, welcome, and we can't wait to hear your stories.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
And thank you for bringing some wine with you. It's delicious.
Yes.
I wish all of you listening could have some.
What's
so
the
you
name
should
of this
go
one?
to Grayhaven. The Pinotage.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, we have the Pinotage, and there's also a port.
The Rivercrest port that we will be getting into.
Yes.
We will drink it all. And then we also met you recently, like I think it was a month ago now, but we did a 5K at, what was the winery?
53rd Winery.
Yeah, and then afterwards we went to Grayhaven.
So we had a couple bottles at 53rd Winery, and then we had a couple bottles more at Grayhaven, and you know how that goes.
And we were greeted by a horse. But anyway, that was awesome.
Picture it.
Picture it, Sicily. Anyway, cool. So, should we begin with the icebreaker?
Ooh, yes. Okay. So we have a little wine trivia. I'm going to say it could be a free-for-all, but obviously we're looking to your expertise. Let's see if I can stump you on any of this. All right. I'll be impressed if you know this. What is the oldest wine estate in South Africa, established in 1685?
That would be Constantia.
God, you're good.
Wow.
Dropping that knowledge.
I know. South Africa's wine growing regions are mostly located in which province?
The Cape Province.
Yes. I've been to Franschhoek.
Franschhoek.
Sorry. It was several years ago. The South African wine classification system is known as the WO or WO system. Mm-hmm. What does that stand for?
Silence.
Wine operator.
Wine operator.
Yes. Let's move to Virginia wine trivia. Maybe you guys will know some of this.
Okay.
Who is considered the father of Virginia wine for his early efforts in viticulture?
Okay, so is it Dr. Norton
Dr. Norton?
or Thomas Jefferson?
That's
I
the
believe
one.
it's, yes, Thomas Jefferson. Sorry, I'm looking at the answers. I have to keep scrolling back and forth. All right. Virginia is particularly known for a grape that thrives in its humid climate. What is this grape?
There's a few of them. There's Norton, Cab Franc, and Viognier.
Yes. Viognier is what was given to me, and
Right.
you're correct. Let's see here. Which Virginia winery, this is very specific, won the Governor's Cup in 2023?
That would be Barbersville, I guess.
Oh, it's just there.
Damn, you're good.
That
I
was
guess
that was my
correct.
guess too.
Yep. Yeah, they're famous for their octagon. It's a really nice.
Yes.
I think they've won it a few times.
Is
haven't
that
they?
near Harrisburg?
No.
Okay,
It's,
never mind.
It's kind of near Culpeper,
It's
Charlottesville.
where is it? It's actually Gordonsville.
Gordonsville, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been there a couple times.
Yeah, we have.
It's good. Let's see here. Which English settlement in Virginia recorded the first attempt at wine production in North America? That's pretty cool. In the early 1600s. Well, there weren't many colonies at that
Must
point.
have been
so
Yorktown or Williamsburg or
Close.
Norfolk. No.
Jamestown.
That's what I just
Oh,
said. I almost should have said it. I would
That's
have
the
looked smart.
obvious answer.
You said it?
I did, but I was too afraid to
Oh,
say
you
it.
didn't say that
J-Town.
loud.
J-Town. Yeah.
All right, and since Pinotage is the main event, let me just throw in a little Pinotage trivia
Okay,
here.
let's hear it.
Who created Pinotage and in what year?
It was in 1924, and I don't remember the professor's name, but it was at Stellenbosch University.
Yes.
Did I get the year right?
1925. Close
25.
enough. I was going
Oh
to
my
give it
gosh.
to you.
Thank you.
Abraham Isaac Perold.
Okay.
And one other question, because I think this is kind of funny. What is the most common flavor note associated with poorly made Pinotage, which some people associate with paint or rubber?
Burnt rubber.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or acetone.
I was thinking
Wow.
flaming garbage.
Yeah. You did very well.
Yeah,
on that.
wow, I'm impressed.
A round of applause.
You know your shit. Okay, my first question is always, are you from Richmond? We know you're not, so what brought you here?
There was a girl in a sundress,
There always
and
is.
that was in New York City, and we lived there for quite a few years, and then took over her parents' vineyard and winery in
Ooh,
Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia. Which
Yeah.
one was that?
Grayhaven Winery.
Oh my
I have
goodness.
been there ever since. That was I got there in '98.
Wow.
Wow. When I graduated high school.
When I was 4.
Oh, Lord. Don't talk to me.
So the story about going AWOL from the army for Joel and sneaking back in disguised as a visitor. Please tell us everything about that. And was there wine involved?
There was probably beer involved at that stage. Yeah, so we had to do a conscription. There was national service in South Africa, so every male had to do 2 years of military service.
It's similar to Cuba.
Yeah, and Israel does the same thing. And
Yes.
anyway, so I had a beautiful girlfriend, and I was missing her terribly. So I escaped for a weekend and came back as a visitor on the Sunday because it was Visitors' Day.
That's
So
hilarious.
I was just visiting, and then I'd managed to actually get changed back into my uniform in the car,
Oh my God.
and no
and
one
then
caught
acted
you?
like I was never gone.
What were the repercussions of that? You could have gotten kicked out.
Oh no, not kicked out. You get put into detention barracks.
Oh,
So they
Like court
other than-
martialing or something.
Yeah, you get the military police get involved, and it's not fun.
Did you ever get sent there?
I never got into detention, but I came pretty close to it.
Wow.
Yeah, fortunately I have the gift of the gab, so I can talk my way out of a lot of things. But by the way, my accent means nothing there. Okay.
Yeah. Only.
Everybody
here.
sounds the
Here
same.
we're like, oh my gosh, so exotic. You've lived on many continents before moving here. So how did that shape your relationship to wine, or did it at all?
I've always been passionate about wine. So wherever I am, there's wine wherever you are, and
This is
it's
true.
Yeah.
a lot of people say to me, "What was the best place you went to?" And again, wherever you are, there you are. And conscious decisions, enjoy your life. Start with being very happy in the morning, and do whatever makes you joyful and happy. And I've done that all my life, so it's
I love that.
yeah, it's
Good philosophy.
It is. It's something that just you grow as a person, especially because you're open to so many things.
A lot of people don't do that too. They start their day,
Grumpy.
yeah, grumpy, annoyed, hate their job, hate their life. Yeah. Being positive is so important
It really is.
because
yeah.
life is short.
It's true. Did your moving to the States or leaving South Africa like have anything to do with the political climate of growing up in apartheid? Or
It did to a certain degree. You know, it was more of a personal decision. I found it was kind of like I was in Groundhog Day. You know, it was Cape Town is it's a city, but it's very villagey. And the same person was coming out of the same store at the same time on that same day. And it was just like, okay, there's more to life than this. And I just really wanted to explore the world, see what was out there. And also there's a lot just trying to find yourself and coping mechanisms. You know, when I started traveling, there was no internet. And when I think back, I actually don't know how we did it. I mean, really, you'd be running to payphones to make phone calls. You had to have a phone card. It was crazy, but I worked wherever I went, and I worked in countries where I didn't speak the language.
wow.
What'd you do for countries?
I did a lot of like hotel maintenance. I'd make beds in hotels. You got to do whatever you can when you're traveling.
Right.
And fortunately, I'm good with my hands, so I did a lot of construction work. I did church roofs in England.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That was slippery.
Were they like
That sounds scary.
Yeah, were they like beautiful old timey roofs?
Beautiful, really slate roofs, and it was lead work. They had the gargoyles and stuff, and you had to do the lead work all the way around the gargoyles.
I've
So
always thought
it was artsy.
roofing is one of the hardest jobs out there because it gets very hot.
It does, and slippery and
slippery
dangerous,
and dangerous all at the same time.
Yeah. So the money was good, and just working with the locals was amazing because you get insights into a place that you normally wouldn't get.
When you lived in Johannesburg, was it more rural, would you say, or more urban? Because you moved to New York City.
Yeah, Johannesburg's urban. It really is. It's the stock market, the stock exchanges there. It's like the New York of Africa, and amazing nightlife, and shopping malls that you cannot believe. Every designer in the world is represented in South Africa, from Gucci to Yves Saint Laurent to all the Swiss watch companies.
That's cool. And you both have been? You and Matt?
Yeah, we went.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
We only got to spend a day in Johannesburg, but we
Right.
spent like 4 or 5
So-
days in Cape Town.
You were a city boy, and you live on a farm. How was the adjustment in 1998 when you moved to Virginia and got on a farm?
I was in New York before that, so New York City,
Yeah,
And,
culture shock.
Yeah.
a lot of black clothing.
I believe it.
Yeah, so it's funny. On the farm, you're a lot busier just because it's constant all the time. New York, everything that's in the world is there, everything. And it's a little bit of a decadent lifestyle, it really is, because you cater a lot to yourself. There is just so much going on. I remember the Village Voice was a publication that came out weekly, and it took you longer than a week to read what was going on in the city.
Wow.
Wow.
So you'd miss a lot. But
Right.
you'd learn to become very focused and very
Driven.
and do what you want to do, which is, it's nice. It's a nice exploration into yourself.
Now, did you know anything really besides like tasting different wines all over the world before you?
I did actually. Part of my family in South Africa had a vineyard and a winery. So I spent my summers there as a kid. I worked there as a young adult. And I kind of got the basics. I worked in all aspects of the business. So
What are the odds you would meet a woman who's
In New York City.
Pretty
Yeah.
incredible, yeah.
in New York
Serendipity.
City. Yeah, it was amazing. We had, one of the things that drew us together initially was our bedtime stories were the same. The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings,
Oh, really?
and the winery that we at now is called Grayhaven, which is actually from Lord of the Rings. The name.
Oh, okay.
I have a love for The Hobbit. I love that book. Magical book.
Oh, Tolkien.
Little hairy-toed men.
I've never read the book. Isn't it an extremely long book?
Yeah.
Especially for a little kid. Because I
Yeah.
read it when I tried to get through it as a little kid.
No, my parents used to read it to me when I was a kid, and my sisters. I had older sisters, so I was much older, so I was very
you the
spoiled.
baby?
I was the baby.
Aw,
It was nice.
cute. So, what were the biggest challenges about taking over from her parents?
You know, the hardest thing was the laws around wine, and there's a lot of federal laws, and South Africans generally don't like to follow the rules.
My kind of people.
I literally know a song by that. Fuck your rules.
Exactly, Antwoord.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice band. But so that was a hard adjustment. You know, New York City, you are as strong as you want to be in New York, and you make stuff happen. You make it happen, and you weave your way through different things. With the feds and the laws on wine, it is set in stone. You've got to follow those rules blindly. Thank goodness for my wife. She rules me with an iron fist.
As it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt.
I concur.
I don't agree with it.
He's
Come on,
in his
Big Daddy.
rebellious. I know. He's in his rebellious teenage phase. It's
He'll
fine.
get over it.
He'll come back around.
He'll miss
No,
his
never-
mama.
Never coming back.
Oh, yes, you will. No. So I know one of the big focuses at Grayhaven, and one of the best wines, which we're drinking right now, is the Pinotage. For anyone who's not familiar listening, can you tell us what makes it so unique and such a great grape for this area?
Sure. It's so our growing season in Virginia, it's a lot shorter than in California or South Africa for that matter. The Pinotage, the grapes that they cross to make this are Pinot Noir and a grape called Cinsault. Cinsault is a spicy French grape. And they cloned the two together and came up with Pinotage. And it's been grown ever since the 1920s in South Africa. I've had it in the ground here about 25 years. I wasn't actually the first in the state.
Oh, okay.
There were a few growers that were experimenting with it, but I think putting it on the map we had a lot to do with.
Right.
And our South African festival did that to a large degree.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, you fought for years. It said in your bio, you fought for years to bring Pinotage to Virginia. So what kept you from giving up?
It was just I wanted to have a taste of home, basically.
Yeah.
And, you got to have a shtick. You got to have something different, and when I was an art dealer in New York City, and if
That's so cool.
if I was selling contemporary art, my competition would be so huge. You just like a little droplet in a huge lake. So I went for something called outsider art or art brut, which is self-taught artists, very emotive, very powerful, very passionate art. And you usually don't want the artists at the exhibition openings. There's a lot of PTSD going on there and just a lot
Weirdness.
of weirdness, and it's actually like therapy for these people, and it's very emotive and just so powerful. So again, you try and choose your little niche.
Right.
So I know South Africa, I know South African wines. So the festival, this is our 20th anniversary of doing this festival.
Wow.
So the festival kind of brings Americans to the tastes and flavors of South Africa. And they get to meet the South African winemakers that come to our winery for this event and get to taste the foods, drink the wine, obviously. And it's a nice cultural event. You get to see some tribal dancing and some drumming.
Cool.
It's there's bands from South Africa.
Oh, cool.
We have lots of the tastes of South Africa, which is nice. We normally have like safari operators there to tell you about safaris and the different options that are available.
Any exotic animals?
No, just my dog, Zeke the dog.
Oh, he's very
Wonder
exotic.
Dog. He is exotic. He's actually, he looks like Kevin, actually. We call him Kevin. His name is Zeke, and he's a puppy. He's from the Pound in Richmond. And he's just such a character. You guys haven't met him yet.
Yes, we have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I think we have.
Yeah,
the little blonde dog.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
puppy. Oh, he's so cute.
I wanted to ask you about the flavors of South Africa. What kind of foods is South Africa known for?
So, like the US, it's a melting pot of a lot of different cultures. So there's a lot of Europeans, a lot of French, German, Italian, Portuguese. And the largest population of Indian people from India are in South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, so big influence on the food. We do a lot of curries and the papadums and the
sounds
samosas, and you'll be able to get all these things at the festival too.
I love some
Then-
butter chicken.
Oh yeah, and then there's peri-peri as a sauce that we use. So we do shrimp peri-peri. There's chicken peri-peri, fish and chips from the British, obviously. That's huge there. But we have great
Wow.
seafood in South Africa. It really is amazing.
What kind of seafood?
All calamari, like melts in your mouth. It's like seriously,
I love
you can
calamari.
actually cut it with a fork, and they come
wow.
in steaks. You just cut it in the side of your fork.
Whoa.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm not used to the steak part.
Oh, it is so good, really good. Lots of garlic, and the food in South Africa is amazing. So we try and replicate that at the festival. There's also a big an influence from Malaysia in South Africa. So a lot of those amazing tastes from Malaysia and the curries and
It's
things.
like a melting pot there.
It is. It really is. And obviously, a lot of meat on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Barbecue, like
Braai, is it
braai.
braai? Yeah.
Braai.
I was going to say another thing about the festival. So, your festival has been called chaotic in a good way, hot, sticky, wild, and fun. What's your most memorable festival moment?
Actually, the most memorable was I was standing in a field on our farm on the Sunday of the festival, and 3 Indabali tribeswomen came strolling across the yard in all their regalia. And I don't know if you know the necklaces
Yes.
that go all the way up the
Yes.
neck
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
and down the legs.
Yes.
So like bracelets.
Like the
and-
one
crazy.
that stretches your neck?
Exactly.
Wow.
And they're in these bright colored clothing.
Wow.
And it's 3 generations. It's 3 females. The grandmother, she was in her 90s. Just the most beautiful lined face. Anyway, VMFA brought them out to Richmond to do an installation at the Virginia Museum of Fine Art. And you've probably seen them before. They're very symmetrical drawings on walls, bright colors.
Right.
And so they did an installation at the VMFA, and the director brought them to the festival because these guys literally were taken out of their very... they lived in, they were called kraals, which are mud huts, and that's how they've lived for thousands of years. And they brought them to Virginia, put them in a hotel.
Whoa, culture shock.
Culture shock. They made a beeline to the food because it was food that they were used to. Funny enough, there's Richmond's famous, well, the South is famous for grits. South Africa is also, but it's called mieliepap, and it's a cornmeal, and they make it into almost like it looks like mashed potato, but you can pick it up with your fingers and it doesn't stick to your hands. And it comes with a meat sauce or just a tomato and onion sauce. And these girls, they were all over this. And it was just so moving to actually see this little, and they're so ancient, this tribe.
But speaks to the authenticity of the festival.
Exactly. But it was purely by chance. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to see that in person because I want to go to Africa so bad.
How many days is the festival?
It's 2 days. It's
2 days.
27th and 28th of September.
Okay.
This year. Be there.
Yeah. And tickets on our website.
I was just about to say, where can we get tickets and how much are they for?
So at grayhavenwinery.com or southafricanfoodfest.com.
Okay.
If you just Google South African food, Richmond,
It'll pop up.
It'll pop up.
Okay.
And I believe my wife has forgotten to turn off the early bird special, which
Ooh.
so
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. And I apologize if it's not there any longer. I'll try not to mention it to her tonight.
And how much are tickets?
I think the early bird special starts at like 40.
That's a good price.
It is a good price, and you get to taste a lot of wine. You get to meet. We've got 5 or 6 winemakers coming from South Africa. We've got the tribal dances, as I mentioned earlier, and we have a beautiful, beautiful woman from Swaziland, which is it's a landlocked country within the borders of South Africa. It's beautiful. It's mountainous. There's a king there. It's really cool. It's an ancient culture. And she comes and she does our market. So she brings in these amazing clothing and beadwork and scarves and bracelets and earrings and all that kind of stuff. So she does that. And then there's all sorts of foodstuffs available too. The herbs and spices and sauces and just something different.
And this is random, but is she from South Africa
No,
too?
she grew up in Richmond.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. She went to Open High. I don't know if you've heard of that school.
Okay, yeah, that's where it's basically like
I think
somebody else that we had on went there.
Yeah, I think she was in the first year that it was created.
Okay.
And it's a school without walls.
Right.
And you can take your classes at any university or any high school and any sports you want to do at college.
Wow. Is it still open?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so I met her in New York City.
That makes
She
it
just
even
moved
crazier
there.
that she wasn't from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's truly.
So back to the festival. Do the tickets? Is it one ticket for both days, or
You can use it for either day. So
Okay.
it's good for one day, one or either.
okay? Yeah.
And you'll get a good sense of the festival in one day.
And it's right on
Is it-
location at Grayhaven?
It's at Grayhaven.
Unlimited tastings too, or
Yeah, pretty much unlimited.
Okay.
There's so many wines there that you want to rather get more breadth than you do quantity.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Any other interesting exotic varietals that we don't have here that they bring?
yeah, so we've got this year we've got a wine called Suzal, which is a Portuguese grape grown in South Africa and then shipped to Virginia for your
Consumption.
for your consumption. We've got some amazing winemakers coming, and we've got this really cool guy. It's called Nutter Valley. It's a very Afrikaans name, but I think it just means wet valley.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And this guy, he's from Zimbabwe,
Ooh.
and he started off as a laborer and just had this affinity for making really amazing wine.
Wow.
So he's coming and he's going to be showcasing some of his wines.
That's so
We also have a sparkling section with
Okay.
the most
Ooh, that's
amazing
really nice.
champagne method
Okay.
Yes.
champagnes from they sparkling wines from South
Yes.
Africa. But they're
Don't let the French
great.
see you. No.
Yeah, it's if you're not used to sparkling wines, the champagne method just really makes them so much smoother. It's actually all in the bubbles, you know that, right?
The bigger the bubbles, the bigger the
Yeah,
troubles.
big
I've been
bubbles
told.
like trouble.
Now, the smaller the bubble, the more velvety it is on your palate. And they're not bright, they're kind of just smooth. And then those little bubbles take it straight into your bloodstream.
I love it.
I have another question. So, if someone wanted to bring a cultural tradition from their homeland into a business here in the U.S., what advice would you give them?
Just, I think, stay true to yourself, and the rest follows from there. You know, it really does. And the thing about Americans, they love different things. They really do. They love it. They love any sort of experience they can have. A lot of the Americans don't leave their own state, but they have good experiences within them. So,
Especially in Virginia, there's a lot.
There is a lot. There's Richmond especially. There's a lot going on here.
And I love Grayhaven because it's so unique.
It really is. Like, we've talked a little bit about it being like a farm, but it's just such a magical experience going in there.
Like you have the what is it, the koi pond, and then you have the stained glass windows and the beautiful horses running around.
And the doggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife has an amazing sensibility for plants, flowers, structures, turning old barns into beautiful event spaces. And a lot of warm woods and just warm feeling, you know. And our whole philosophy is when you come and visit us, you're actually family. You're part of the family. And the nice thing about wineries, nobody who's there doesn't want to be there. They all want to be there.
Right.
They want to have a good time, and they're very much open to tasting new things. And we like to give people the full experience. We really do, you know. So we do guided tastings. That's all we do. We don't do any flights or anything like that. It's a guided tasting through the South African wines, our own wines, and we like to share our philosophy and our wine making culture.
And it also looks like Lord of the Rings there too.
It does.
It does. Yeah. We had a little photo shoot.
It's like the castle doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
So, yeah. So I had a question about, you know, just like the kind of like general winemaking. Have you noticed any effects from climate change over the years affecting your, you know, the wine production?
Yeah, we have. You know, I think Virginia there's areas in Virginia where it's going to be advantageous.
Yeah.
Because when it gets really dry, it stays dry. When it gets really wet, it stays wet. So it's got to be,
Summer.
yeah, it's got to be, you know, with grapes, it doesn't like a lot of water near harvest time. So what happens is it starts raining, and then the roots suck up the water and push it right into the fruit. And what happens with that is it dilutes all the sugars and the
Flavor.
essence that is the grape. And it takes about another 2 full weeks of sun to get that sugar back again.
Wow.
And that doesn't really happen because it's hurricane season. Yay.
I know.
So you've got to be very, you've got to pick at the right time. When we have a vintage year in Virginia, it's really special. And I'd say on our vineyards, probably every 6 years, we have an exceptional year.
What's a vintage year?
Vintage years where everything just goes perfectly smoothly. The grapes get optimum sugar. They get perfect ripeness. There's a lot of things that happen during the course of the season. So it's nerve-wracking because it's right in the very beginning. As your buds come out, we're prone to get frost in Virginia. So the little plants come out, the frost comes down, freezes them to death, and then you don't have a harvest that year. So you got to do a lot of planning. You can put, I know there's some vineyards in Virginia that actually will hover a helicopter over the grapevines,
Wow.
which it stops the ice from forming on the grapes, on the buds. We make fires in the vineyard when we can, because you know we prune in January. And then we keep the prunings around and use them in the vineyard to try and warm it up a little bit. So,
Wow.
but then the following night, you got no more wood. And you can also spray the grapes. So if you spray water on them, on the buds, the water will freeze and actually insulate the little bud.
Oh.
But you've got to keep it wet. So
Yeah, that's what they do with oranges too.
yeah, same thing. And that's usually 3:00 in the morning. In my underwear on the tractor. Damn it.
You're on around the tractor.
That's right. I want to hear more about you being the MacGyver.
Oh, yeah.
You've been called MacGyver by local farmers. Give us an example of when your problem-solving skills saved a vintage.
Oh, the vintage. Well, a lot of these problems are tree-related in this area because we get these radical storms. The trees come down over the vineyard and blocking people's driveways and homes. And so I really enjoy going out with a tractor and a chainsaw and getting people unstuck from things. And I'm a bit of a gearhead too. So like car problems, I like to solve for other people too.
Right.
And the MacGyver thing, a lot of the stuff in our fermentation room with the winemaking thing, you've got a MacGyver, pumps and hoses and all the things that are involved in winemaking.
Right.
When they break down, there's like, you can't just fix it immediately. You've got to try and do it yourself as much as you can. So yeah, a lot of my MacGyvering is done there. And the air conditioner breaks down and you need it desperately because it's 100 degrees out there.
Good Lord.
And your wine's going to spoil if you let the fermentation room. So you kind of stick a screwdriver in. And
Just got to do what works, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Hope you don't get electrocuted.
Yeah. We also have some old equipment. So I've got a press from the 1950s.
Oh, wow.
That's
It's called
cool.
the Howard press, and the instructions which we have are all in this high German that most Germans can't understand. And it's got it's from the 50s, so there's no solid state circuitry on it. It's all these huge switches, and it goes schwack, and then it turns on something else, and it's got things that read pressure, and it's wood, and so there's a lot of finagling you have to do to get those to work properly.
And I was going to say, funny you brought up presses because we went to Italy, specifically Ischia, and we went to a winery there that was from, the 1700s?
Mm-hmm. It was the oldest
Wow.
winery in Ischia.
And it was
That's
pretty fascinating. They had
amazing.
a historic press there that just used like a boulder pretty much to raise and lower the press, and that's just how they did it back in the day.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, it's just extracting the juice out of the grapes. You got to get it somehow.
Right?
God, sometimes I wish I had a time machine just to see shit like that.
Yeah.
So do you leave the skins on any of your?
Oh, yeah, most of them.
Most of them? Okay.
Yeah, so our wine, our philosophy is, I studied actually the technology of winemaking. And I've had to forget most of that because we make wine old school, literally like they've been making for thousands of years. We let gravity bring all the solids down in the wines,
Yep.
as opposed to spinning it out, which a lot of the modern wineries do. You can spin all that out, but you're not leaving the good taste behind. It's taking it all with it. So you end up having to add to it to get some good taste. So our vintages, this Pinotage is a 2021. So it's been in the tank for 4 years. We start off with oak, and because we have a short growing season in Virginia, we tend to get much softer tannins and softer flavors. And if you leave them exposed to oak for too long, the oak overpowers everything that's in it. So you really want to try and save the essence of what Virginia's soil tastes like. And most of our wines have a real earthiness to them.
Definitely, you can
A
taste
little pepper,
Yep.
a little spice, and
It's delicious.
the port carries a lot of vanilla with it, which is really nice. But
But we'll be opening that
Looking
moment.
forward to that one.
I had a question about the wine. So, forgive me if this is a dumb question, but are you constantly sipping on it to see if it's right?
don't tell anybody.
Well, you gotta try your own product.
No,
Yeah.
you do. I taste a lot. My wife and I do it together. A lot of it's at the dinner table, and I'll bring things up from the winery while we're eating dinner, and it gives you a different perspective as well when you've got the different
Food.
foods in your mouth. I like wine actually as a condiment for food.
Ooh, do tell. I want to know.
You know what? You've got your piece of meat. You've got your pinotage in your hand. You've got that taste of the meat in your mouth. And the wine just literally adds to it.
It's like an A1, but
It is. It's
So
A1, but better.
this is kind of funny. Liz showed me a video where somebody was pouring wine on top of their vanilla ice cream. And
That's like a new trend.
that sounds good.
This port.
Oh, I'm
really good.
sure that would be amazing.
Sorry, I've got to
Yeah.
say port style. We're not allowed to use the word port.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, that could be an interesting combination, just wine and ice cream.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I actually asked that our last episode, the episode with Justin Ferguson about ports. I was like, "What is a port?" And he's like, "It's from Portugal." I'm like, "No, it's not." He's like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, "Oh, that actually makes sense."
Yeah, Portugal.
Porto. Porto is the place that port comes from.
Oh, whoops.
Well,
Wrong
Portugal,
again.
Porto, yeah.
Don't listen to me,
it's all
everyone.
good.
Please
it's all
don't.
good. There's lots of empty glasses on the table.
I know. We're going to have
Please.
to crack into that.
I'm gonna
Yes,
try and-
please. While you're doing that, so Pinotage went from obscure to it's becoming more well known in Virginia. Do you have any ideas of is there another blend or another grape that might pop off in the next 10 years in the East Coast?
I think so. A lot of people are growing Malbec now in Virginia.
Okay.
So I think that'll come to the forefront too. I think
I like
it's
some
probably
Malbecs.
better.
That's Craig's
it's
favorite.
better. It's going to be better suited to our high elevations.
Okay.
Our winery is probably about 420 feet above sea level, which is not very high.
Right.
And we've got a lot of clay soils, but the clay soils are actually what gives Virginia wine its taste. I'm going to open this
And
port.
we're at the same
Yeah.
Ooh, great.
nice,
that.
same latitude as Bordeaux.
Very much so, yes. And I think when the continents broke apart, we have very similar makeup of soil in Virginia than they do in Bordeaux. So that clay loam mix.
Thank you.
So what is this port called, and
It's
what percentage is it?
It's 18% alcohol.
Oh my!
It's Rivercrest. It's
I
made
won't
from
be
a
driving home.
it's made from a grape called Touriga Nacional. It's a Portuguese grape that we grow specifically for
I
this.
haven't heard of
Tell me
that.
when.
This is a 2014, so it's got some age to it.
Ooh.
And this sat in an old whiskey barrel for 10
Okay.
years.
I'm
And you'll notice
excited.
it's gotten really light on the palate. It's nice, and it carries some chocolate and some vanilla and almost
Oh,
like
it
a
smells
mocha.
I know. I wish I had some chocolates to bring out. I have Starburst. I don't think that
Oh.
would.
So I like
but-
ports because it has like a good mouthfeel with the higher alcohol volume, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet.
It's
either.
sweet but not syrupy.
Yeah.
It's not syrupy
Exactly,
at all.
yeah.
And that's
good.
what takes all the years to get that syrupiness. And
That
it's
is so
we
smooth.
also when we make this we don't add a lot of sugar to it. So we utilize the grape sugars that are in here, and we'll usually let this when you start your fermentation process. If you just let it go, it'll go to about 12 to 14% as a red wine. When it gets to 6%, that's when we add the alcohol to it, the brandy to it.
Oh, okay.
Bring it up
All
to
right.
18, and that saves the natural grape sugars.
Oh, really?
Otherwise, they'd ferment all the way out and just create
it's
the alcohol.
it's not just to increase the alcohol volume, just just
That's
for
probably
shits and giggles.
This might be one of the best.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite ports I've ever had.
Very good.
Nice, thank you.
And I've been to Portugal.
You guys.
I was very attracted to ports in Portugal that were over $300.
Yeah.
Because they just
Oh,
get
yeah.
smoother and smoother with age.
That's
Right.
like going to Napa pretty much for port.
The white. I really enjoyed the white port there. I'd never seen white port before. I still have the bottle. I saved it just in case I ever get back.
Oh, you have the bottle. I was
I
like,
drank
let's
it,
have
but
some.
it's gone.
We grow apples, and we
Oh,
make an
okay.
apple wine
Oh.
and an apple brandy and cider, apple cider, and you mix them together, and it's a drink called pomo, which comes from Normandy in France.
Homo.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
And the big trick with pomo is to use dropped apples. So the apples have got to be on the ground. They've got to be fermenting
Oh,
already
interesting.
on the
Okay.
ground, and they gather them together, make their cider from that, and it's already got alcohol in it. And then they add the apple brandy and
Well, we're
So
spending
kids-
the night at Grayhaven if we
Yeah,
come.
kids, don't pick up the apples at Grape.
exactly. Well, the funny thing in the US, it's illegal to use fruit that's touched the ground. So
Really?
Ew.
yeah, so we have we put tarps under the apple trees,
Oh, okay.
Oh my
and the
god.
apples
around
fall
that.
into
I
the
like
tarp. So
Oh,
they
It's
don't
a
get-
that's the
MacGyver.
loophole.
He's MacGyver.
It didn't touch the ground. Look
Exactly.
That's so
Exactly.
funny.
I love that.
And then we
Right.
have some growers as well that do that for us, which is
What about the future for Grayhaven, and also the festival? Any long-term goals in the next, few years?
I'm hoping so. I probably would love to take the festival on the road and go and do it in some other centers in the US.
Yeah.
And, well, maybe in Paris. And
Color me there.
so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I mean, we've got a nice brand together. We love to work with the South African wineries.
Right.
And, it's kind of like a little, I want to give back a little bit to the country that I love.
Right.
So to promote their wines here is great, and it also just gives Americans the thing that makes America so great is you've got access to all these different things and cultures and
You're so amazing. I think that you should start doing tours over there.
Yeah.
to South
I
Africa.
could see you doing that. Yeah.
Oh, we've done that.
Okay. Well, then, can we go?
Absolutely.
You have a magnetic personality.
Now we do. We normally do like 12 people, and we'll rent a house right in the winelands. And the wineries that come to our festival, they roll out the red carpet for us, which is it's amazing. It really is. And you guys know, you've been there. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
I cried. Didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad. Now Amy went, Liz's other best friend.
They went to Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just did a mission trip. But they also did safari. So
Oh, just want to experience that culture.
the people are what make it. Africa, it's amazing. So if you want a taste of Africa mixed with a little Virginia, go to
Head on
Grayhaven.
over.
For real.
South African Food and Wine Festival,
Yes.
September 27, 28. And tickets on southafricanfoodfest.com or grayhavenwinery.com. It's Gray.
And if our listeners want to support Grayhaven, where can they follow you? Are you on Instagram? And
Yeah, on
Facebook?
Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere where you get your things.
All the things.
All the things. And we will link everything on the episode as well. And
Fantastic.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
So
this
welcome.
was
This
so
was amazing.
amazing. But I think it's time for Big Daddy to drop it on us.
And like I mentioned earlier on this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Allianz Amphitheater, our first impressions, and some pro tips when you go to the amphitheater.
Yes, those are going to be very
Drop it on us, Daddy.
Very vital. And so listen up. And so Liz and I, we've seen 2 shows there. We saw the first ever show, which was the Sunset Soundcheck, and we also saw Mumford & Sons. And so both shows were, I would say they were quite good. They were.
Oh yeah, they were
were-
really good.
You guys told me Mumford and Sons rocked the house.
They were amazing. They were
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
I mean, the other musicians that came to, side note, were just amazing because they had like 5 or 6 other people.
Yeah.
With them.
Oh,
So it
that's
was amazing.
cool. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, and so I wanted to say our first experience was much different from our last one. And so at the
Yeah,
Sunset Soundcheck, we saw 3 local bands, and we've actually mentioned a couple of them before on the show. And so funny thing is, when we got there, it was pretty much half empty, so we could sit anywhere. The sound was great.
Wasn't it like their first show ever?
Yeah, it was the first show ever. And, we had, I wouldn't say we had really any complaints because,
No, but also the first show, which I didn't realize they had discounts on their, I don't know about the food, but the beverages were heavily discounted.
yes. And so I was going to say after that show, I had left with a good impression, but then we went to Mumford & Sons and it seemed like a 180. It was completely different. And it's because when we got there, it was what would you say, a sold out show?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
By
Damn.
far.
How many people do you think?
Well, the capacity is 7,500.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so Mumford is a pretty top-notch, well-known act. So, and when we got there, we arrived probably like an hour after the doors opened?
An hour after the doors opened, but like the band had just started.
Yeah, so the band had just started.
It was like the opening act, which they also played some with, which was cool. Like, because they had several.
Yeah, and so one of the singers was from Old Crow Medicine Show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've seen them live at Floyd Fest. They're amazing.
So when we got there, the lawn portion was pretty much torn to bits, and it was muddy and
because it had been raining like
nonstop. And so we wanted to get a lawn chair. They have lawn chairs for rent. It was 2 for, I would say, like $32.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Just to rent 2 seats, and then
but it was so wet, we thought we would rather do that than bring a blanket.
Yeah, and so pretty much the amphitheater and the lawn space was completely jam packed. Like people brought a lot of larger blankets, and so they were taking up space with that, and we just had to we couldn't find any space.
We walked around for probably at least 15 to 20 minutes trying to find a spot to put the chairs, which like we probably would have just said screw it, we'll just stand up the whole time.
Not to be mean, but is this like a money pit? Like they just all they care about is how much money can they possibly suck in?
Well, I mean that's up to the consumer to decide that.
I guess, but why can't you bring your own chair?
That's my biggest pet peeve. And then Matt, I don't know if you're going to say this about the chairs or not, but to me, I hope that next season they create like, okay, section 1 and 3 of the general admission on the lawn would be chairs, and like the other 2 sections can be blankets and standing people.
And I also have a question about the chairs. Do you have to turn them in at the end, and what if you steal them?
No, we just left them. I don't think you could steal them because there's security guards. Unless there is Gamble's Hill, you could technically just throw the chair across a fence or something and collect it, but I'm not advocating that.
So the chairs weren't good?
Well, I mean, you're very low.
Is it a folding chair?
Yeah,
it's like a beach chair.
It's like a beach chair, and so when we got there, we couldn't find.
What about sorry, Matt, but like, what about like the elderly?
Oh my God, Matt! I've never seen him get so pissed about not being able to see a stage. He was like, "I paid all this money and I'm seated on the ground."
$32 for some chairs.
There was a guy and his kid, and the kid was like high school age, but they were both. The dad was probably, no joke, 6'4" to 5. And he was right in front of us, and then the kid was probably about 5'10", and they were like leaning against each other. I've never seen a parent and a child so close at that age. Like
that's like some taboo.
So like, if you're an old person and you want a chair, you have to get all the way down low in a beach chair. That is not fair.
Yeah. And so I found somebody who was helping other people with chairs, and they were like, making space for them. And I'm like, can you please help us? And they were like, you're going to have to make friends with the blanket people.
So luckily we found a couple who was like, it's totally fine. I was like, I'm so sorry. And I would offer to buy you a drink, but the drinks are exorbitant. Because next point, I'm sure, is of course the drinks. So we bought 2 drinks. It was a seltzer, a gin and tonic, and 1 water. It was like a Death by Liquid water. Over $50.
Holy shit.
Over $50 for that. And so...
You guys, go to Browns Island.
And this is going to...
But I also would say it was worth it. It was a really good show.
Yeah, because of the band.
Once we got through all that, it was fine. The vibes were good. No one was being mean about space or anything.
But anyway, so...
I just think that this is the first season, so they need to work the logistical stuff out, right?
This is how it happens.
Yeah, so one of the controversial things is that people can see a show for free if they just go to Gamble's Hill. They bring their own food. They bring their own chairs. And also...
Tim, the snake guy, I saw him do it.
People also go to Lee Bridge, which is much more dangerous. I do not recommend that because you can be hit by a car, somebody not paying attention. And they've actually put signs that say like no standing, no loitering, which I think is a wise thing to do. So anyway, I wanted to cover some pro tips if you do go to Allianz, because they do have a lot of great shows and they have an excellent sound there. The mixing and the presentation is
The mixing was some of the best.
it's
at
crisp.
everything.
It's like
Yep.
you can tell it's like expertly done. And so if you want to rent a chair, I would advise that you get there very early, preferably before, right when the doors open.
Do they run out?
No, they don't run out, but
the space, because of the blanky situation.
All right,
my
so pro tip number 2 is that there's no dedicated parking there, and so it's easy. It's best if you ride a bike, you walk, or you
Uber.
take a lift there. And so a friend of mine, he actually ended up parking across from the Teapot Bridge, and there was ample parking, and he just walked across, and it was easy access. And so there are parking suggestions on the website, and last but not least, numero tres pro tip is that drink or eat before the show to avoid the prices.
Yeah, we
Because-
were starving and we were like, let's just split a pretzel.
$500
Yeah,
and,
later.
then we ate when we got back home.
It was a $14 pretzel, which
I'm not happy.
So
but-
Matt got the first round of drinks that were over $50, and then I got the second round, which was
Yeah.
over $40.
Yeah, but their shows are killer there. So
And this is the best music venue we've had since the Coliseum, which I
Yeah.
never even understood what the problem with the Coliseum was, but
Me
that's
either. I
just
heard it was
me.
amazing.
I think it's a great addition to Richmond personally, and I just think it has a few kinks to work out.
Yeah,
That's
we're
my-
not being
my
Debbie
final.
Downerish. I think we're just saying, like, this is the inaugural season. There's going to be hiccups.
True.
Everyone be prepared. I do want to know, like, if anyone here was on the planning committee or anything listening to this,
Yeah.
I want to know what love is. But I also want to know why you didn't cover the expensive seats, at least. Like, most amphitheaters have
With
an
shade.
area with some
Yeah,
shade.
that is dropping on us, Big Daddy.
All right. Olivia, I believe you have some upcoming events for us.
I was going to say the business of the week first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, the business of the week is on brand with the podcast. So, it's Grayhaven Winery. You are missing out if you haven't been. Picture this. Rolling vineyards, cozy tasting rooms, and a wine so good, all the wines, it makes you rethink every glass you've ever had before. This is a family-owned gem. It brings South African roots right to Virginia. Every sip feels like a little passport stamp in your glass.
That's true.
The Iron Blossom Music Festival is coming up. That's in about a month on September 20th and 21st. It's a 2-day celebration at Midtown Green, featuring headliners like the Lumineers and Vampire
Oh,
Weekend.
wow, that sounds really cool.
It is a millennial's dream. Alongside a rich mix of indie acts, regional eats, and artisan vendors. And then there's also Work the World, September 2nd at Altria Theater. It's a dazzling drag performance tour.
Ooh, what day is that?
It's September 2nd.
And that's work, W-E-R-K.
Work with a
Work,
Q.
Work.
W-E-R-Q.
Cool.
Work.
Anyway, it is a dazzling drag performance tour stopping in Richmond. It's part of their North America leg. Then the R&B festival at Kanawha Plaza. I was going to say
Kanawha
pizza.
Plaza.
Kanawha. Sorry, I never pronounce anything right. That is September 6th.
Okay.
It's the 3rd annual Richmond R&B Festival. It delivers soulful tunes in an outdoor plaza setting.
Cool.
And there's also just a few live concerts left at Browns Island for...
So, question, is
yes?
this next to the new paddle plant, the plaza? Where is Kanawha Plaza? Or
Kanawha. Figure it
Yes.
out. Look it up. ChatGPT is wonderful.
questions?
Oh, wait. And I have 3 little concerts coming up at Browns Island. September 2nd, Men I Trust. September 9th, Sierra Farrell, which is one of my best friends, Sarah. It's one of her favorite artists.
Oh, cool.
And September 24th, Turnstile with Blood Orange, Speed, and Jane Remover.
Oh, I've heard of Turnstile. Aren't they kind of like a hard rock band?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I heard them the other day. They were really good.
And then one more, September 27th, Mark Rebille, I don't know how to pronounce it, on the Places I've Never Played and Will Never Play Again tour. All right. Guess he doesn't like us.
Kanawha Plaza, by the way. Sorry, I just found it. It is close to where you were saying, babe, but it is in between Canal and Bird Street. There's that park right there.
Yeah.
Near Potbelly Sandwiches.
Okay, yeah.
It's right there. That's where that will be.
Oh, okay. There's your fun fact
so
of
it's
where,
just written-
where it's located.
Yes.
So it is.
Well, that was the work festival, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to work.
Work.
Work. All right. And then we have our show of the week.
Which is?
Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen. Thursday, September 11th. Gates open at 5, show at 6. You can catch it at 4901 Lakebrook Drive. They don't just pay tribute to the legendary band. Almost Queen transports you back in time to experience the magic and essence of Queen themselves. This deliberate 4-piece band is guaranteed to blow your mind with iconic 4-part harmonies and expertly executed musical interludes.
Cool.
Fans often travel very long distances.
How far?
Miles and miles and miles just to experience all the Queen classics like Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me,
I would go a distance for
Fat
that.
Bottom Girls, and Radio Gaga.
Oh, yeah.
So get your tickets because guess what? The tribute shows are fucking amazing. The three of us, along with Olivia's godmama,
Yo mama.
and your mama, my sister from another mister, Lori, they went to ABBA. You guys were in the Gold Circle. We were slumming it.
We were in the VIP lounge, and I do highly suggest if you ever go, where was the venue? Innsbruck After Hours?
Yeah. Innsbruck.
If you have the money or the connects, you should sit in the VIP lounge because there's free food and there's an open bar.
But also, we had the better seats.
You did,
And
better view.
we were slumming it. We were the peasants.
You did have the better
Legitimate
view.
mission.
Yeah, it was
And
amazing.
the drinks aren't as expensive as Allianz, so
No.
Basically free.
Oh my god.
Allons-y, let's
So
go.
they were literally half the price.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Let people have fun.
But I
Allianz.
want to go see the Queen one. So if anyone wants to see us there,
Oh, I
we'll do
really
that.
want to see that.
Me too. What date is that again?
That is Thursday, September 11th.
Let's go see.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's get our tickets. You can go to the Innsbruck After Hours website and easily secure them.
Very well.
Alrighty.
All right, I think that about wraps it up. We got some shout outs.
But of course.
I know Liz is going to shout him out, and so will I. Liz, you can go.
Deon?
No. Well, Deon first, obviously. Not no. But shout out to Deon.
So
Forte.
I'm going to shout out, are we talking about
Yeah.
the same thing? Yep. The ABBA tribute band.
Yes. What were they officially
Last
called?
week.
They're called the concert, the ABBA tribute. That's what they're called.
But this is crazy. The original bass player from ABBA
And the music composer.
were there, and the guy who plays the bass was playing, obviously. And he's also on one of the album covers. He's like the little. He called himself the short guy, so I don't feel like I'm
You
being
said he
mean
was
to him.
dressed like Napoleon. Didn't you say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which denotes a small man. Since have you ever heard of Napoleon syndrome?
Yes,
No,
I
I never
have.
heard that.
I have
Boudreaux
experience.
has that.
But also, all the band members were from Sweden,
Yep.
and they were so good. I really felt like it was the real thing.
It really did. I thought we were transported
Yeah,
back in time.
Amazing.
And both the girls were gorgeous.
The costumes were amazing.
They were
like
smoke
these tribute shows. I hope the Queen one will be just as good. If that shows you just a taste of what it'll be like, it'll be amazing.
So well done. We'll
A round of applause.
tag them in
Yes.
the show notes.
Who else were you gonna say?
That was it.
All right, well, that was a good shout out, Maddie.
Big Daddy.
So,
Big
guys,
Daddy.
this is going to be serendipitous, you could say, but my first shout out is to the concert tribute to ABBA.
Oh my God.
Great minds think alike.
We apparently didn't compare notes.
Because they were so good, and it was amazing just seeing one of the original members of the band play, and
Yeah.
it was like the singing, the talent, the show, the mixing. It was amazing.
And I feel like all three of us grew up on ABBA. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, ABBA was the soundtrack of my childhood, literally.
I agree.
And they said they're going to come next year too, so I would definitely see that again. It
Yeah.
was worth the money, 100%.
We'll force Mike to go.
He would have loved
My
it.
stepdad,
Oh my God, he would have
The one
loved
married
it.
to my mom is obsessed with ABBA and disco, so
yeah.
we wanted to bitch
Why
slap
didn't he
him.
come?
He said he doesn't like crowds.
But it wasn't
But
crowded.
It wasn't crowded. It was the least crowded Innsbruck show I've
Look,
ever
we'll
seen.
drug him and force him to go next year.
We'll get him.
So, okay, moving on. I've got another shout out. This goes to Crispy Cone's Ice Cream Shop. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
So it's gonna, and this kind of ties into earlier episodes actually, because it's gonna open in the former Carytown Burgers and Fries spot, which unusually burned down.
Yes.
And so they are known for soft serve ice cream, and they are in.
Do they pour Pinotage over it?
I don't. I
That's
think
our job.
I think you would have to bring that yourself, but. So they, it's in a cinnamon sugar coated rotisserie style grilled
Chicken.
dough cone.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
That
it's,
reminds me of the ones that we saw in Prague.
yeah, exactly. That's what it reminds me of. And so I'm kind of, even
Interested?
though I'm not like really a dessert person,
You're on a health journey.
my interest is piqued, and they will open in October sometime.
Ooh.
Very
nice.
well.
So
In time for Halloween flavors.
I have another shout out.
okay, go.
I know this is not Richmond related, but I am going to Medieval Times in Baltimore this year with my two best friends and Craig.
Quaggy.
And also
And Matt?
Sarah. Matt's
The
one of my
guys?
best friends.
Oh, okay.
I met you
I was
guys.
like his big daddy, but
Big
What?
Daddy's one of my
Oh,
besties at this
for
point.
her birthday, we're
Oh.
doing that.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
We're going to Medieval Times. I've never been, and shout out to them because I'm excited for the Halloween stuff they might add on to it.
So do we get to eat a turkey leg there?
Hell to the yeah, and I want VIP. I don't
We
want
get
it.
grog.
No.
We're doing the VIP experience. We're gonna get a box. We're gonna pretend we're doing the costumes.
Hells
so,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Okay, so that's it from.
No, excuse me. I have a shout out. Thanks.
Oh.
Wow. Just gloss over that.
Wow.
Big Daddy. I see that port is going to your head as well.
It's probably has.
I just wanted to shout out, besides the ABBA tribute band, I wanted to shout out the Rappahannock River and the Piankatank River for
Okay.
not giving
Good
me
name.
flesh-eating bacteria or
As far as you
Oh
know.
my
a
God.
brain-eating amoeba. I would
far
know
as
by
you know.
now. I would know
Guys.
by now.
I read that there was a hand soap recall, probably no brands that we use, but it had a type of bacteria. If you have a cut, it can give you sepsis if you wash your
Lord.
hands with it.
What brand?
It was some like probably Dollar General brand.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Everyone, please stay safe.
I know. There's been a lot of flesh-eating and brain-eating activity within the waters around here, so I'm still
It's-
alive. And
it's
that
danger.
last
I was
time
about
I was
to
in
make
that
a dirty
water,
joke.
last time I was in that water was Saturday or Sunday, so I would be dead by now probably.
Yeah, you would.
But it's pretty rare to get a brain-eating amoeba. It's like 1 in like a million, I think.
Well, basically, if you get a sinus rinse and don't use
Clean
distilled water or
Oh, yeah.
water that you know is clean, which you need
You
to
don't
get
want-
distilled. Don't be using grandma's tap water at her trailer, all
You
right?
don't want
Come on now.
you don't want to go into your brain.
I have one request before the episode ends. Please give us a follow if you haven't. Do it on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, literally anything.
All the places.
Everywhere. We're everywhere. Amazon. Come
TikTok.
on.
Do we have a ticket? But we love you guys. We
All
hope
right.
you're enjoying the show. As always, please DM us. Do something if you want something more.
Go to Grayhaven Winery and check out the South African Food Festival.
Please.
Yeah, send
It
us
sounds amazing.
What are you thinking about? Did you like the episode? Did you not like it?
Are you hungry? Do you like wine?
Are you guys looking forward to the Love Island reunion? Anyway.
No,
talk to you later.
I'm not.
All right. Love
All
y'all.
right.
We love
Until
you.
next time.
Peace.
Sayonara.